Hello, everybody. My name is Bright Rose, and today we have one question. Did Shaki cause the God Valley incident? Well, okay, not specifically cause God Valley, because the Celestial Dragons would still have been on the island hunting the locals. But is Shaki the reason that the Rocks Pirates and the Roger Pirates were present on God Valley? In chapter 1157, we get a lot of new information, both about the Rocks Pirates, Harold, and most importantly, for what we want to discuss, the Kuja Pirates and Shaki. As we see in the chapter, Shaki resigns her captaincy of the Kuja Pirates and comes to Hachinosu with the idea that they will be able to protect her while she is on her own, no longer with the Kuja Pirates. But why is this? And what reason could this fearsome pirate captain need to seek the protection of a bunch of, well, unspeakable bastards like those people hanging out on Hachinosu? Well, that's probably quite simple, really. And in One Piece, nothing ever really happens without prior precedent. And what I heavily suspect this situation was, is that Shaki, the most beautiful woman of her time, the most desired individual in the world, was probably being hunted by the Celestial Dragons. With the timing of the whole God Valley incident and the human hunting time coming up again, there is a good chance that either a lone Celestial Dragon or the Celestial Dragons in question were in pursuit of Shaki, with the idea of her potentially being one of the prizes at God Valley for whichever Celestial Dragon happened to win the overall tournament. So, potentially, Shaki, realizing that she was under threat of being captured, not just by the Marines, but also the Celestial Dragons, sought out protection on Hachinosu, where she became known as the jewel, the treasure of Hachinosu. And we know that by the end of the chapter, as the narrator says, unfortunately, she was being pursued. Jewels are often coveted by other people, and, treasures are the target of theft. So, the Rocks Pirates went to God Valley partly with the intent to get the treasure of Hachinosu back, and potentially this is also why the Roger Pirates turned up. Now, we know from Kuma's flashback that Ginny spread the information about the treasures and things like that were on God Valley. So potentially, Ginny put out there that the former captain of the Kuja Pirates, Shaki, was one of the prizes. Thus, Roger heard about it. The Rocks Pirates heard about it, although the Rocks Pirates, being based in Hachinosu, had already known that Shaki was missing, kidnapped, taken by the world nobles, and that they had to get to God Valley to rescue Shaki. This could also ultimately explain why it was that really the object of Shaki's affection ended up saving Shaki, and ultimately leading to their budding relationship, as we see in the present day of One Piece. Most likely because the intervention of Garp. Garp turned up on God Valley after hearing that Roger was there, engaged Roger in combat, at which point Rocks, the ultimate rival of Roger, ended up getting involved in this three-way fight, which meant that these two very powerful individuals, Roger and Rocks, couldn't fight to try and save Shaki, leaving Rayleigh to go after her. Most likely, as we see from Big Mom and people like that, they were most likely busy looting all the various other treasures that were out there on God Valley at the time, or just, in the case of Kaido, probably just fighting the best fight he could against all of the members of the world government and the Marines. So, chances are, this could be the reason why this happened. And looking at some of the evidence that we have for this sort of thing, we have seen, both with Ginny and the events on Shibodi Archipelago, right back when the Straw Hats first turned up there, the world nobles do specifically target noteworthy individuals, or, in the case of that nurse that St. Charles spotted, just people that take their interest. Ginny was specifically headhunted by a world noble who wanted to make them their wife. So it is entirely feasible that this is the same with Shaki, and that she just was chosen as one of the prizes for the human hunt on God Valley. What more prize than the most powerful devil fruits and the most beautiful, most desirable woman in the world? Well, there is always the potential that, if true, and we'll probably find out very soon, that Shaki is the face that launched 1,000 ships, the cause of the God Valley incident.